Okay, so every month I like to do a Q&A just to kind of answer some of you guys' questions that you may have. So it is May, it's time for another Q&A, so let's do it. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video. Brandon Hodge here, and welcome back to another Q&A video. So I have some questions that you guys have sent in because I've asked you to ask me questions, if that makes sense. So anyway, I asked you guys on Twitter and Instagram to send in some questions. Don't worry, for people who use YouTube only, I will be doing a YouTube Q&A for next month. But ladies and gentlemen, I was planning just to do 5 questions from each platform, but you guys sent in so many, I feel bad not answering more. So there'll be a bit more from the Instagram side because I got more questions over there. But with that being said, let's go ahead and jump into the Brandon Hodge Q&A for May 2020. So the first question is, Brandon, what has been your worst experience with WWE Shop? So we all know Brandon Hodge likes to dabble in the WWE Shop stuff, obviously. So out of the things I have got of WWE merchandise, what is the worst experience I have? Well, other than things that have been like my fault, like buying the wrong sizes or buying my size in children's clothing because I thought it was an adult clothes. I'm still mad about the slippers, by the way. I bought I think it was Dana Bryan slippers and they were kids slippers and I didn't read it right. So other than things that were my own fault that upset me, things that have been not necessarily WWE Shop's fault, but their manufacturer's fault is, I mean, obviously the women's Replica titles is something I want to complain about. They were like $300, they sent them to me, and they're missing the red part of the logo. And initially I was like, oh, they forgot to paint it. And then someone told me, no, actually they're just stickers. They don't even paint the titles anymore. So it fell off somewhere in the packing process. So they sent me a new title and let me keep the old one. So they made everything right. So that's kind of why I keep buying things from WWE Shop, because if they do mess something up, if they do upset me, they do things to make it right. So they get a thumbs up from me from that aspect. All right, the next question. I don't even know if I have an answer for this one. But Brandon, out of the things you have bought, wrestling related, doesn't have to be just from WWE Shop. Brandon, what is the best deal you've got on something? I guess the John Cena hat I caught that was on John Cena's head was completely free. So I guess that was a great deal on a wrestling item. I got a free John Cena hat that John Cena threw to me, obviously. I'm not going to wear it around. I actually have it in a glass box because I'm that type of wrestling fan, I guess. But other than things I've caught at shows and stuff, what's the best deal on a thing I purchased? I know it's not really in shut. The Winged Eagle was a great deal. I got that for like $100 off. Most of my titles, unfortunately have to say that I paid full price for, so I didn't really get a good deal on those. But the best deal I've ever got, I mean, I've got some really good wrestling tickets for face value, never had to pay a penny over face value. I mean, I've had some fairly good deals, but there's nothing been really incredible. If I had to choose something, I guess I would have to go with the things I caught at shows for free. All right, the next question. Brandon, do you know why the nosebleed seats are actually called nosebleed seats? All right, so I don't know if this story is accurate, but apparently at some of these giant stadiums, like giant, and I don't know if this originates from like football stadiums or maybe it even originates from these giant NASCAR racetracks where like you have to look way up and it's like straight up. Maybe it's a baseball field, I don't know. But apparently this isn't for, I mean, we still use the term nosebleed for like high up at a normal size arena where you're not gonna get a nosebleed, but apparently at some of these giant where you have to look straight up and it's like, holy crap, they're high up. Apparently it was so high up, the altitude was so much that it caused some people to actually get nosebleeds sitting that high up. So that's why it's called the nosebleeds, because you're gonna get a nosebleed if you sit that high up. But most cases you're not gonna get one because the place isn't that large, but some of them apparently are, and that's where the term originated. At least that's the kind of story I was told. All right, next question. Brandon, is there any shows you regret actually not going to? Well, I mean, of course I can go back and be like, yeah, I wish I went to WrestleMania 26 and 27. 27's a big one because it was only a few hours from WrestleMania 27. But honestly, at this point, I regret not going to some more shows before this whole lockdown thing happened. Like, yes, I went to the Royal Rumble, went to the Raw after the Royal Rumble, but I regret not going to some more shows in between because, I mean, no one knew, like, this thing was going to happen. If anyone saw this coming, I think the shows would have been a complete sellout, like, every night. But in hindsight, like, I didn't know, but things I did know about that I chose not to go to, I think my main one would be WrestleMania 27 in Atlanta because it was only a few hours away from me. Next question, Brandon, when's the Shop series coming back? Shop series, me and Muscle Man Malcolm, we did a video together for Money in the Bank predictions. If you haven't seen that, go check that out. I know money to make predictions is kind of irrelevant at this point. But yeah, that was Malcolm's major return to the channel, I guess. As for the Shop series, we're in a bad lockdown and there's some crazy stuff going on in the world right now, so we're gonna have to let this get out of the way first, and then who knows what could happen. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so those were actually all the questions from Twitter, and now let's jump ship to a different app. Let's go to Instagram questions. First question, how many buffaloes does it take to make buffalo sauce? I believe the correct answer is 3 1/4, so it's not 4, it's not 3 1/2, it's 3 1/4. Alright, the next question. Brandon, I heard a while back that you're related to Seth Rollins. Are you? I kind of see the resemblance. Am I related to Seth Rollins? No, I'm not related to Seth Rollins. Not even closely. So he's from a different part of the country. As far as I know, I'm not related to him in any way. And when I met him, I did not have a pleasant experience, to say the least. I mean, there was circumstances. He had to jump on a plane as soon as he was done signing autographs and fly from Chicago to New York City for SummerSlam just to lose to Finn Balor. So, I mean, I get it. I get it. Maybe I can meet him again and have a better experience. But no, I do not believe I'm related to Seth Rollins in any way. Alright, next question. Brandon, are you ever going to do an apartment tour? Alright, correction. I don't live in an apartment. I live in a townhouse, which is different. It's like a house, but they're next to each other. So, like, I own the whole thing, whole deal or whatever. So, it's a bit different. It's a bit different, but nonetheless, you're asking will I ever do a house tour. If people want that, I mean, I normally just do the wrestling room, the studio, because that's the part I think most people would care about. But if you guys actually want a house tour, I would be more than happy to do one. Alright, the next question. Brandon, will you ever collab with any other YouTubers, any subscribers, fans of yours, or anything like that? I'd be more happy to, but, I mean, it's nothing against anyone at all. But YouTube, there's a way I like to do it, the collab kind of thing. I will happily collab with anyone who wants to collab with me, really. But I always prefer to kind of let the other channel have a fan base of their own. So when I collab with another channel, they have a fan base, I have a fan base, and we kind of collide together. And then it's just like, you know, different worlds kind of collide, and it's kind of like a big reaction from the fans who watch us both. So I've always preferred doing it that way, but I love collabing. I love meeting new people and doing stuff like that. So collabing, I might be doing some more of that here soon. I mean, I've collabed with a lot of other YouTubers before, and you guys have seen that. And everyone I have met, I have had a wonderful time with. So I love collabing. I'm going to continue to do that. But we'll just have to wait and see what this year holds, because everything's kind of screwed up right now. And I don't really like doing Skype kind of things. I like doing things in person, but we'll just have to wait and see what happens. Next question, Brandon, what is the next replica belt you want to get? So I have a lot of replica belts. We all can see that, even though not all of them are in shot. Next replica. So if you would have asked me this last month, I would have said the Winged Eagle, but I've already got the Winged Eagle. If you guys haven't seen the unboxing video yet of that, go check that out. I mean, next replica. I mean, I don't want to get, like, I don't have the Universal. It's probably one I need, but I don't really want it because it's the same design as these. If I had to get another, I guess the new Intercontinental Title, I guess I would go after. I mean, I'm not sure. That's a really good question. I would have to think on that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, and the final question before we end this. Brandon, if you were in control of the WWE, what would you change to make it better? That's a wonderful question. What would I change? If I could just step in there and take Vince's spot right now, we would kind of change the whole way we're doing the whole stuff right now. Like, we have deals, so we can't do an off-season or nothing like that. But we're going to do the best we can, and we're going to kind of make things a bit better, a bit more exciting. We're going to do more pre-film stuff. We're going to do more stuff outside of the ring. And Raw and SmackDown, I mean, I know SmackDown is already, but Raw is moving back to 2 hours until further notice. We're doing a show, maybe not even 2 hours, maybe an hour and a half. Make it a little more action-packed. We're not kind of watering things down, and just kind of wait this thing out. And when it's through, I am putting on the biggest show the company has ever seen in one of the largest stadiums I can find in the United States. It's going to be live, it's going to be wonderful, and it's going to be like Welcome Back Party or something. I'll come up with a wonderful name. But I would just put the whole deal on steroids and make everything exciting and fresh again and wonderful. And I would give some young stars some chances who need some chances. So you guys have it. That is going to be my Q&A for May 2020. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to give this video a like. Brand new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. That is absolutely free. Turn on the push little bell thingy to be notified when I upload brand new videos. But that's going to do it, guys. I have some exciting stuff coming next week, so come on back to the channel next week and check out all the videos. But thanks for watching, guys. I'm Brandon Hodge, and I will see you guys in the next video.